Hey gang, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. So I'm editing this well after the fact. We are in video time. We're at the end of September. Sorry, in video time. We're at the end of August. We are in upstate New York. Today we're going to Seneca Falls, and we're going to be exploring a couple of different things. One is the Women's Rights National Historic Monument Park, whatever it is that they actually designate it. I did finally ask a ranger about how they make those designations, and the answer is it becomes a park or a monument or an historic site based on what Congress decides. And there is apparently no rhyme or reason that identifies a specific site, which made me feel much better about not being able to remember what any of these things are specifically. Anyway, we're checking out women's rights. Pretty interesting visitor center there. And we're going to walk around the town a little bit. We're going to segue to something instead of being in the 1840s, which is when the women's rights movement started. We're going to move all the way forward to the setting of the 1940s and the setting for It's a Wonderful Life, which was indeed Seneca Falls. So Bedford Falls in the movie is said to have been based on Seneca Falls in upstate New York. But before we can get to Seneca Falls, we've got to get out of Trumansburg. We're going to start off with a little bit of a morning walk with Kit, filling up water in the RV, and then we're finally going to hit the road. And one more surprise along the way, we're going to visit a cemetery. Wait until you see who's buried there. As always, thanks so much for coming along on this journey with me. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Yeah, thumbs up, whatever, some interaction, just so I know you're really in there or out there or wherever you are. All right, we're going to roll the intro and get right into it. Thanks for being here. So we're out for our morning walk. There is, of course, trash, because there always is. But the thing that I just noticed, see the curbs along here, right? Well, check this out. That's not concrete. That is chiseled stone. Pretty sure it's limestone, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But that's what the curbing is all the way up the road. It's old school, baby. In the days before concrete was popular. I don't know, when was concrete invented? There's an interesting question. Come on, Kit. Yeah, I wonder. Let's go. Actually, we're going to cross the road. Look at these cool old houses, huh? And that one, pretty nice. Pretty nice. So this part of the curb has been filled in with asphalt, not quite sure why. They might have, no. There's another house up there that I don't think they did it. It's probably done by the city. Not only did they let me park here for 2 nights, I'm across the street from the park, and I was parked over there in their parking lot, but see my hose out there? They're letting me fill up my fresh water tank too. How nice is that, Kit? That's pretty daggone nice, huh? Thank you, City of Trumansburg. And while I'm waiting for my water to fill up, there's my handsome Kit. Look what I just found. This is I'm pretty sure this is a dive bell. I could be wrong. But it says JHC 1933. And there are all the Finger Lakes around here. Kid, don't do that. That's weird. Don't rub your face in the ground. All right, let's see how we're doing. We were at 3/4 this last time I looked. Oh, and because my life is so special sometimes. Look what else I got. I have a gray water leak. So I'm going to have to figure out how to address that sometime soon. Fortunately, it's in the pipe. I don't think it's going to be too hard to fix. I hope. Fortunately, it's gray water, not black. Yay. All right, let's check the level of our tank. Okay, it says we're full, but we're gonna stand by and wait for it to spew out the side. Because the last time I filled up, I think I actually turned it off just as it hit the full mark, but before it was actually all the way full. So it was like the last quarter tank wasn't filled up yet. And of course, looking at all these scrapes I added, and my taped together awning isn't making me super happy right now. Just another thing to deal with. All right, let's check the other side and see if we're dripping out there. But usually we come out this side first. Nope, not yet. It actually seems to take quite a while to get fully full. And part of the reason for being completely full is that I have to do it less often. And so I filled up to barely full. I mean, so it showed the full mark. So really I was 3/4 full when I did it the last time. And I've done a bunch of dishes with hot water because I did a whole bunch of food prep yesterday. And I've taken a couple of showers. I actually wasn't going to shower this morning, but it only got down to 79 degrees inside last night. So that was pretty uncomfortable. And I woke up all sticky feeling because it's upstate New York, so it's very humid, and here comes my water. Let's go shut this off real quick. And here's an interesting thing. Looks like a brand new faucet they put on there. Here's an interesting thing that I've noticed. It seems to be much easier to turn my valve when I have a pressurized hose on than not. Okay, so, and here's another little tip for you. Undo the lower end, you know, whatever is lower. So like if the faucet was, was higher up, I would undo the coach end first. Yeah, that hurt a little. But you undo this one first, and then the water can start draining out, and you don't get splooged on this side. Yeah, I can't do this with one hand. All right, so we're gonna get this one disconnected, button everything back up, put the hose away. You can see it's draining out there, and then we're gonna get on the road. Well, if you look way out over there, that's where I parked. And I walked down to come find this particular grave. Rod Serling, Tech 5 U.S. Army, World War II, born December 25th, 1924, died June 28th, 1975. And then we have Robert Jerome Serling, born 1918, died 2010. And Priscilla Elaine Serling, April 23rd, 1943 to June 5th, 2000. And then this must be Rod's wife, Carolyn K. Serling, cherished wife, mother, and friend, February 3rd, 1929 to January 9th, 2020. So she just died recently. She outlived him by quite a bit. So who's Rod Serling? Do you know who he is? You may not if you're young. He's probably best known for developing the TV series Twilight Zone. He did a bunch of other projects as well, but that's probably what he's best known for. And man, I am getting eaten up by mosquitoes out here. Crazy, I tell you. So we're gonna head back lickety-split. So what happened was I got partway down the driveway, coming in off the road. And I looked at it and I thought, I may not be able to drive all the way around or turn around if I go much further in. And so I turned around and then I backed down a ways. I probably could have backed down a whole lot further, but I decided this was good enough. There's only, I guess that's a mausoleum over there. That's the only one. Definitely some interesting headstones. And if I wasn't getting eaten alive, I'd spend a bunch more time. I'm guessing these are probably among the oldest. Let's take a quick look and see if we can read any of them. Maybe. I can't read that without struggling. Artemisia, daughter of Joseph and Phoebe Fisher, died April 20th, 1841, aged 9 years. Look how elaborate that is. Yeah, as I said, they're very interesting looking, but in about 5 minutes, I bet I've gotten 15 or 20 mosquito bites. And like almost everything else, I'm allergic to mosquitoes. And so you might say, Sally, if you're allergic to so much stuff in the great outdoors, why do you live in the great outdoors? Because the stuff I'm allergic to isn't present everywhere. That's why. And my apologies for the really poor camera work. Didn't bring a tripod or a gimbal. Didn't grab my Osmo. And we're just kind of walking along with this. Ruh-roh. The utility crew has now moved right up in front of my exit. I wonder if I'm going to be able to turn out of here. We'll find out. We're going to go ahead into the visitor center. I think they've got a film we'd like to watch. And then see what we can see. Look at me. Look. You're working. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I understand you've got a park film?
Yep. Like that.
Cool. And is it on a schedule or?
Whenever people ask.
Okay. Is anybody in there now?
I don't think so.
That's probably a good place to start.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go do that. Oh, and where's your stamp? Ah, got it. I'll start there and then come back and do the rest of this.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to Women's Rights National Historical Park. Our orientation film, Dreams of Equality, will be starting on the first floor theater in 1 minute. Again, if you'd like to watch the park film, please head on down to the first floor theater.
We just watched the movie, which was about 25 minutes, and very well done. It was telling the story from the standpoint of several women from the area that weren't directly involved. So this all started 20 years before the Civil War. I love this. Stop discrimination because of sex. If men start with the idea that woman is an inferior being, they will write history in accordance with such views, and whatever may be the facts, they will be interpreted to suit them. But remember, you got to come right back as soon as the war is over to the house. So first of all, I want to say that Kit did an excellent job. Woman's place is home, but home is not contained within the four walls of an individual house. Home is the community. The city full of people is the family. The public school is the real nursery. And badly do the home and family need their mother. And one of the things that was, I was not remembering from my childhood was that the causes for women's rights were very clearly, I'm kind of lost with where I'm going here, very clearly aligned with the abolitionists. Because really, I mean, you have the same problem with the slaves that you do with women, because they're basically all slaves in that era. Here's another shot of the Wesleyan Chapel. These stairs aren't terrible. I'm going to tell myself I don't need to be concerned. I'll just look up ahead. These are see-through stairs. Kit, wait for me. He likes to go upstairs quickly. So we had the Declaration of Sentiments in 1848. And then following the Civil War, we're going to get an amendment to allow black men to vote, but not women. And of course, one question is, why here? Sojourner Truth, in a speech before the Women's Rights Convention in Akron in 1851, pointed out the problem with true womanhood. It did not describe the experience of most women. Although a powerful ideal, it was only an ideal. I've borne 13 children and seen them most all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me, and ain't I a woman? The true woman worked in her home, her authority as mistress and homemaker symbolized by keys and broom. In addition to the physical labor needed to care for her husband and children, she also provided a refuge from the workplace and moral training for the young. Her position depended on her husband's wage-earning ability and on her ability to bear and rear children and manage her home. Yeah, things really have changed. And in fact, one of the story vignette pieces in the movie was about the fact that one of the characters' uncles had died, and the aunt was then ousted from her house, even though she had inherited the house from her father, because she no longer had any means of support. They just took it away from her. Yeah. Blouse, Skirt, and Sportswear Workers Union. So we're all tied up with the Underground Railroad here as well. And one of the things we're going to do today is go see Harriet Tubman's house. So that'll be interesting too. In 1870, only 15% of all women worked outside the home for wages. Most of them worked in factories or in the fields. In 1870, 85% of all men worked for wages. They had many more choices than women. Look into the crystal ball and see what you could do. So we've got all these choices for men. And the choices for women: laundress, servant, milliner, farm worker, seamstress, teacher, cotton mill worker. Not a lot of choices. Yeah, what will it be like when men and women are truly equal? Because we ain't there yet. We give a lot of lip service to it. We've made a lot of progress. Women join the fight for freedom in manner of dress. Because that was a thing too. Dismember patriarchy. You okay there? Bless you. You all right? Well, quit snarfling everything on the ground, little boy. All right, we're gonna head downstairs, go get our stamp. Hire him, he's got great legs. Yeah. Go exhibits. Oh, wait a minute, I want to go back over here. There's something I didn't look at, Kit. Why Seneca Falls? Seneca Falls, Rochester. Okay. And you know, we've come this far. We could actually end up with a woman president this year. Here, let's try this. Kit's never been on an elevator before. Wait. Go ahead. Let's see if he's going to freak out about it. Come here, come here. Hey. Kit. You're okay. You're okay. How was that? How was that? Was that interesting? For your first ever elevator ride? Okay, so this is where they had that initial meeting. I think that was 1848. Where they, 1848. Where they talked about having women's rights be a thing. So just imagine what that might have been like. Descendants of the convention's founders and attendees have come back to the chapel to honor the actions of these brave reformers since 1848. And the answer to why Seneca Falls is apparently because of Elizabeth Stanton having been from here. So it's a conjectured floor plan because so much of the building had been changed so dramatically. Wonder if she's life size. So it was July 19th and 20th, 1848. And I think it was 68 women and 32 men or something like that who signed the Declaration. And you can see the original foundation there being protected by this metal pole. These are the original beams. Okay. Alrighty. We're going to drop off our passport and our booklet. See if he wants to get a drink. And then I think we're going to go to Bedford Falls. Okay, should we keep going? Okay, we gotta find... Oh, we didn't walk down here. Let's go ahead and walk down here along this wall of water. Oh, which has a bunch of names carved in it down that way. Now I'm gonna just take a wild guess, which might be completely wrong, that perhaps it's the names of the women and the men that signed. Yeah, I'm wrong. At least here, it's the Declaration. Oh, and I think that part of the stone, nope, it's slightly raised. So you can see the water cascading down in rivulets. And here are the signers, listing all the women first. We're exploring Bedford Falls. I mean, Seneca Falls. That's funny. Okay, I think we're going to cross the street here. Yes, no?
Head west on Fall Street toward Clinton Street.
Nope.
It's about 500 feet to your next turn.
We're going to go up a couple blocks. Okay, so in reality, I should have crossed back where I started to.
It's about 200 feet to your next turn.
Well, there it is.
Turn left onto Water Street.
That's the bridge that the bridge in the movie was based on. So I think we'll go ahead and walk up there. And then we'll go find the museum. Seneca Knitting Mills across the street. I walked up this side though. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it seems like this is the side that he would have been jumping from. But it could have just as easily have been the other side.
You have arrived.
Okay. Look at this. And what's this sign say? Bridge Street Bridge Restoration. Okay. Boating the canals would really be a lot of fun. I have a feeling it's probably quite expensive, and I'm guessing that, I don't know, I'm sure I could operate the boat okay, although it probably would be a whole lot easier with two people. Not to be confused with RVing, which really does not require two people, and in fact, in my opinion, is easier with just one, but that would be my opinion. Oops. Okay, so I gotta Google for my next thing. Look at this cute little section of town too. So I wonder where are the falls in Seneca Falls. See, we got boats in the canal. It would be kind of cool to do that, but as I say, I don't think it's something I really want to do on my own. Oh, look at this. All right, this is cool. So remember from the movie, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
In 200 feet, turn right onto Water Street.
Bridge Street Bridge. George Pataki Governor. What year was that? It sounds like really, it almost sounds like that's who was governor when I lived here.
You're not allowed to jump in with a dog in your arms.
No, not at all. Of course, I'm not planning to jump in anyway. I think there's enough bells.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, there is.
Yeah, so,
Nice to see, though.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Which way are we going? Oh, I need the map back. Got their gazebo, which would be great for grandstand, for bands and stuff. Nice park.
In 400 feet, slide left onto State Street.
Houses are very cool looking. And here's a good view of the Seneca Knitting Mills. Oh, which contains National Women's Hall of Fame. Interesting. It's a Wonderful Life Museum, gets, well, bottom billing, but still gets a billing. So we're parked right up at the top. Of these steps. And I was wondering what this looked out over. And it looks out over the canal and the knitting mill and the Women's National Hall of Fame. National Women's Hall of Fame. I smell pizza. Pizza, pizza. Good thing I ate. I'm very full. I may not have any room for dinner tonight. I say that, but it's only 2 o'clock, I'm sure that I will manage to cram something in. I'm sure.
Slide left onto State Street.
Well, that was kind of a steep hill. Okay, I want to go this way. And it says, wait. Come on, kid. Come on. Get with the program.
It's about 305 feet to your next turn.
And maybe not exactly, but it does kind of look like the Bailey Building and Loan. Let's go take a look. Come on. Good boy. Come on in. Okay, so we're in the It's a Wonderful Life Museum.
You have arrived.
And keep in mind that none of It's a Wonderful Life was filmed here. It was just inspiration that came from here. Oh look, George lassos the moon. Very cool. And I may have to voice over this. I'm not sure if the music's going to be a copyright hit. There's the movie poster. Look at all the Christmas houses. I used to have a huge Christmas house collection. Here's his suitcase that was going to take him away from Bedford Falls and he was going to see the world. That didn't exactly work out. But pretty cool. And so once again, keep in mind, this is absolutely worth checking out. It's very, very cool. But nothing from the movie was filmed here in not Bedford Falls. We're in Seneca Falls. But lots of cool stuff to see, so I recommend you consider doing that. I'm not going to show you everything, because, you know, if you see everything, you wouldn't need to be here, would you? And I think you need to be here. And don't forget to check out the bridge. Look at that. And I'm really glad you didn't jump off the bridge, dude. Because I wouldn't have wanted to have to jump in after you.
I think I've seen that. What was it about again?
Oh, okay. So Frank Capra was visiting an aunt that lived in Auburn, which is where we're going next.
I watched Ronald Coleman
And this is the story of the guy that jumped. I don't know why I didn't see the plaque. Antonio Varichelli. Unfortunately, he did not survive.
Are you getting in it with her?
I don't know her.
Oh.
I've never seen.
Take the dog in too. I don't know.
I could. I mean, I could make a new friend.
I'm going to take a picture here.
Where do you recommend? Middle or the
Yeah, right here.
in the middle? So it looks like you're right in the middle.
Don't worry. No, that's good. Good right
Now smile. There you go. Perfect.
there. You got to smile. That's right. The reason I do that, hang on. You got more to do. The reason I do that is make sure that your eyes are open at the same time.
There you go. Both of them.
Yes. Now, this is your chance to get kind of silly and crazy. You know, remember George at the end of the movie comes up to that sign and he goes, "Yeah, right." You can do something like that, or you can just kick your legs out, do whatever. But you can make it wild. Just go crazy. There you go. Come on, move around. There you go.
Oh my
I
gosh.
see it'll catch the skills there.
You're funny. Thank you so much.
I'm a photographer.
Are you? Oh wow.
So am I.
All the color photos that you're
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Even some of the postcards are my photos here.
Oh, excellent.
You ready?
I am ready. I'm going to film you video or photoing me. Come here. Come. Kit, come. Come. Do you know what,
Hey,
Kit?
we want him in here.
Oh, I'm going to pick him up.
Is it
He. It's a he. It's Kit.
Okay, you ready?
You got a wonderful life, Kit. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look at you. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people, Kit. I know. You always say hi to the people. You ready? You ready?
I got a box already.
All right, well, let's like,
Okay.
let's go crazy.
You want to go crazy?
Let's go crazy. You ready, Kit?
It's your film. All you got to do is film away if you don't like it.
Let's go crazy.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Look at you. Look. You're in Bedford Falls. All righty. Was that fun? Was that fun? Okay, well, we are at the Harriet Tubman home, which has a visitor center, and they give tours. I do not believe that this is a national monument. I think the national park is just that house that we drove by a little bit ago. So I guess those are some pictures from inside. National Park Service cancellation stamp, South Street in Auburn. Okay. As I discovered, this was the tail end of the afternoon tour, and after speaking with the docent, I decided it was worth coming back the next day, so see that in the next vid.